If you sit all day and you're starting to feel some back pain from it, it's because your hip flexors are pulling on your spine. These 3 squat variations are going to help open up the hips, strengthen them, and give you better low back comfort. Let's go. All right, team. So we've got 15 minutes today, 3 movements, 5 rounds through them. As we go through, you're going to notice the opening up of the hips and the health feeling moving forward after this session. So our 3 movements. First is just the human squat. So feet go underneath the hips. We're going to come down into a full squat, passive here. We're not trying to work for staying upright. We're just relaxing down. If this is really hard to do, not accessible, you could elevate your heels, right? You could put your heels up on some plates or hold something out in front. Hold a counterbalance. Try to keep those heels on the ground, knees in line with the feet. We're going to hang out here for a minute. Movement 2, minute 2 is our Cossack squat. So nice wide stance, and we're basically doing a single leg squat on one side, shifting over to the other, alternating that for the minute, maintaining the heel on the ground in the squat, the knee in line with the foot. And if that's not accessible, you can hold something out in front or even hold on to like a rope or a strap out in front to keep you from going backwards. And then movement number 3 is a split squat. So Paleo Squat, Cossack Squat, split squat. Nice long stance. Keeping the torso tall, you're gonna drop the knee to the floor. Maple, you're in the way. And then when you stand, we're squeezing the butt cheek on that back leg to open up the hip flexor. So set up your space. We're gonna get started here. I will talk you through those as we go if you're not sure yet. 15 minutes, 5 sets of each. Let's go. Good morning, team. Okay. Tunes. Let's do it. So Paleo Squat is first. 10 seconds. 5. Maybe bring your water with you on this one. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, Maple, please no. So this is one of the positions that I like to say is natural to human existence, right? This is a position that if you can't do, maybe please go. I like to think that, you know, we've gotten away from being human. You know, I talk about this chair business a good deal, that we sit in these chairs, we get away from our natural positions, and like realistically, this is where we poop, where we rest. In a lot of cultures still, this is where we eat. And as North Americans, or as Western earthers, we have gotten away from it and we've lost the capacity. So this is the most simple return to natural hips. So we got 4 more times through this. You're gonna find that they'll get looser and looser as we go. Let's go to our Cossack squat now. So nice wide stance. You could even just start out hanging out there, right? You're gonna find a pull through the groin here. And that may be enough to start. Okay. From there, you can start shifting over to one foot. You notice I'll take that forefoot of the other foot off the ground, really focusing on keeping the knee in line with the foot. Notice the arm is out as a counterbalance. If I bring my arms back, it's far harder to maintain that position. Do a little shifting. You're gonna find you're gonna get a good stretch through the groin there, probably on both sides. And all of that is just gonna leave the hips feeling so much better after this. But most people are just not even putting their hips through any types of challenging positions. If I got that on 90 seconds again. What to do? We're gonna reset that. Can you believe this? No, that's a minute. What? What is this thing doing? 1, 0. Okay, we're restarting. Can you believe this? 10 seconds. I was counting for more than a minute. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're coming back in the Paleo Squat. Restart. 3, 2, 1. So back at it. Same thing, right? Getting into our human squat, Paleo squat position. That clock. What's it doing? So your goal here is just to slow down the breathing. Find yourself, I was going to say a comfortable position, but this might be uncomfortable. You might find that this is really tough. If so, just try to breathe, right? Try to stay there. And just focus on the breathing. If this position is not challenging, Maple, go. This is an opportunity to continue with your box breath and focus on that 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, 4-second hold. It'll allow you to calm as well as we go. Ryan, good morning. All right. Attempt 2, Cossack. That looks like it's on a minute. I don't know what happened to that clock. So once again, shifting, arms are out in front as a counterbalance, really focusing on keeping that knee in line with the foot. Stop, dog. Stop. You can stand, shake it out in between. Maple, go. Nope. Fighting for the heel on the floor, right? Reaching as a counterbalance. You're gonna feel the hips. You're gonna feel the adductors. Another 20 seconds. You can always, take it easy here. Do 2 or 3 reps. You could do more. Just easing in. Finding that, feeling those stretches through the legs. All right, we're going to our split squat. So we're gonna go 30 seconds per side, just nice and slow. And the main focus here is as you stand, squeeze the butt cheek of the back leg. Right, you're trying to get a pull in that front hip flexor, in the back hip flexor by squeezing the butt, not allowing yourself to lean over at the top. Switch, that burns. Right, so this may just look like a lunge if you're not focusing on that squeeze. So at the top, you're really squeezing the butt, and you're gonna find it gets tighter and tighter in that hip flexor as you stand and squeeze. Really pulling on that front hip flexor. If you're not feeling that, push the hips forwards even more. And we're going round 2. Back to our squat. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're on it now. We had a competition at the gym yesterday, so I had 4 workouts and my body is feeling stiff. Definitely a little bit sore, lower body, upper body. So I know that this is gonna make me feel better. This is an opportunity to recover. It's also an opportunity, depending on what your flexibility looks like, to just work, right? To improve your positions, improve your hips and your low back's resilience and capacity. So it doesn't matter where you're at. A session like this is always going to be beneficial. And it's the type that some people skip because it seems boring, but potentially the most beneficial one. All right, we're going back to Cossack in 5. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Feel free to just start opening up the groin here a little bit with just a standing pancake, hinging over, opening up the groin a little bit, and then getting into that squat. Mess around with the other leg. Stay active. You can make it passive. Move through both ends of the spectrum. Try to keep that chest up or active. You should feel after this like you've never sat in a chair for a minute. That being said, those benefits aren't going to last all day, and that's why it's important to keep doing these. Right? We do this once a week at a minimum. But if you're really sore and tight in the hips, you can do it every day. All right, back to our split squats. Go ahead. Right, if you're someone who really sits a lot and those hips are tight and the hips are pulling on the low back and you're just feeling all that discomfort, you could do this every morning. right? Start your day with this. Or if you are sitting for work, do this afterwards as well. And then you're gonna find that those detriments that come as a result of sitting don't add up as much. Maybe you don't even have any of them. Maybe you just completely counteract those discomforts or those tensions by taking this seriously. Once again, we're really focusing on squeezing that back butt cheek here. That's what's opening up the front hip. All right, back to the Paleo Squat. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I feel those. I feel all of the inner thigh from yesterday. I like to say, that during these active recovery sessions, or as a result of the active recovery session, you should almost feel like you want to work out. Right? You get out of this session and the body feels warmed up and loosened up and prepped, such that you could feel good hitting a workout. We're just not going to. We're going to save that for tomorrow and make sure that we're giving our bodies a nice recovery and the ability to get back on track for intensity for the next day, right? Intensity is our most important variable. But if you're not taking care of your body, if you're not maintaining it, intensity is going to be real hard. So, we're taking our mobility and our recovery seriously. 3, 2, 1, Cossack. And making sure that the way that I like to think about it is that we're not becoming like products of human invention. And as crazy as that sounds, and as much as we are, because we're living in this world of AI and whatever, at least physically, can we maintain our human capacities? Right? Can we still move like humans used to and probably should? Do we have the flexibility, strength, control of all of our joints that we should? Can I spread my toes? Can I even do that? There's a great test if you're a desk worker, or even just not super physically active or conscious of your body. Can you move your toes? Can you wiggle them? Can you spread them? All right, split squat. If you think about populations that don't wear shoes, maybe some tribes or whatever, like their feet are basically hands. And humans should have that capacity, but we wear shoes and we wear socks and we just do things that are not human. And as a result, we lose those capacities, whereas we should be much stronger, much more flexible, and have capacity to do things that probably that we would think was, ridiculous. I like to think of the idea of like Tarzan or something like that, we can move through nature and our natural world with ease. And there are a lot of people that cannot, right? They can barely move through their daily lives because this human existence we have is pretty bad for us. 2, 1, go ahead. It's definitely set up to allow you to be comfortable. And as a result, right, if you choose comfort, be it with your food choices, be it with your exercise choices, be it with your habits in general, you don't get the most out of life. You get default. Whereas if you stay conscious of, hey, what should my body be able to do? What should my mind be able to do? What types of capacities should I have? Flexibility, whatever. And you work towards those things, you have a different life. You have a different body and a different experience in this life. So focusing on what should my body be able to do and how can I get there if I can't seems simple enough, but a lot of people are not doing it. Right? You only have one body. If you don't care for it, it's going to give up on you eventually. 3, 2, 1. Back to Cossack. Right? You might find that one of these 3 movements, or all of them, are very challenging. And if so, that's good. Do them more. right? The things that we struggle with are areas of improvement or potential areas of improvement, right? It's an opportunity to get better. There's a place for specializing, right? I could be you call me a exercise specialist, but what I don't want to do is just specialize in like one type of movement or one type of training. I want to be as well versed and capable in as many things as I can, because that's the human way. So in life, yes, I want to specialize in something and get really good at it. But with my switch, with my body, I want to be a generalist. Which, once again, we're squeezing the butt cheek on that back leg, open up the hip flexor. I want to be a generalist in my fitness. Right? If I specialize, meaning, maybe I focus on powerlifting, squat, bench, deadlift, and I get really strong with those, that's cool. But personally, I think it's more cool to have capacity in all areas, right? Powerlifters generally aren't going to be very flexible. They're not going to have a lot of endurance. They're not going to be as powerful. Maybe add in some weightlifting, add in some running, add in some squatting, add in some flexibility work. Right, you are only as good, switch at 30. You're only as good as your weakest link. So being a generalist with your body and your fitness, I think is much more advantageous. So you want to have capacity in all the different ways. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right, so some people will find this flexibility work very challenging, whereas some people find this easy, and other things that those other people find very challenging, you get the idea. Vice versa. I don't mind the flexibility stuff, but give me a heavy barbell and I'm going to struggle. And generally, the people who are great with a heavy barbell will struggle with this. So you want to find the most well-rounded version of yourself, identify your weaknesses, just like we talk about in our homework, and then take action on them. Right? Do more of the things that your body is lacking. Be it flexibility, strength, speed, power, agility, coordination, whatever it is, there are tasks that you can use to work on those skills to find more balanced fitness. And the more balanced you are with your fitness, the more useful you are in real life as a human. 3, 2, 1. Cossack, this is our last round, team. Flying. So, this type of session, that ankle doesn't want to close as much, is super beneficial. One for our heads, just to slow it down a little bit and take it easy a little bit, although this isn't fully easy. And in another sense that it's great for our bodies, right? A lot of us are focusing on the intensity and pushing the load and improving our strength and fitness, although this is included in fitness in my definition, and we neglect the slow down. We neglect the flexibility, we neglect just the lower intensity session and the opportunity to breathe and calm. All right, last minute, back to our split squats. Really thinking about squeezing the butt cheek on the back leg. And we're done after this one. Obviously, you could always go and do the whole thing again. You could go and do some hanging work or something as well, but just taking it easy, loosening up the body, recovering, so that tomorrow and for the rest of next week, push that pace again, get back on our intensity. Last 30 seconds, really squeezing the butt on that back leg. Squeeze it hard, you should feel a good pull in the front. Especially on this side for me. You may notice the one side is way different than the other. It just means you need to do more on that side. Oh, it's so tight. Whew. Burns too. 5, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So as I keep saying here, this is something that you can do regularly. It's not going to leave you beat up. But if you're feeling stiff, or you sit at a desk a lot and you know that, we're pulling on the low back because of that hip flexor, then get on it. Get on it more often than not. Open up the hips. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and join us for another workout.